Hey guys, it's Eric here from Long Wealth Capital, and this is
This is Charles.
perfect. Hey Charles, so why did you want to join Long Wealth Capital?
Wanted to build generational wealth, try to find a way to escape from my 9 to 5 and not be restricted from it. Buy back my freedom and do things on my own.
So when you say like escape the 9 to 5 or buy your time back and your freedom, like what problem were you specifically trying to solve when you say that there?
Yeah, so growing up, we come from a mom and pop shop. My parents were always working. Then going into retirement, I see that they have to invest in their own money and to their own retirement, but it's like going towards me. And I find that I don't want to like always be working all the time into my 60s, 70s, and not being able to have time for my family and like in just my own personal time. So I wanted to find a way to help them get their money back, have them not be so like hard on themselves trying to work all the way until like the like 12-hour shifts and stuff. I didn't want to like replicate that and not have time for family. Came across Long Wealth Capital, gave me like the opportunity and like the idea of like, oh, now I can use the same amount of time because we only have like 8 hours of working time. I want to make sure I'm using that time wisely and then being able to do more.
So and then before joining Long Wealth Capital, did you try anything before Long Wealth Capital?
Yeah, I did. I was doing a little bit of trading, just more on let me just do high yield savings and just kind of see 3 or 4% here in over like 3 months or even a year. And it was just too short of a time frame. And then I also did dividends, and that was the same thing. I would get in like either before earnings or right after or before or after when those dividends were being distributed, and I just didn't get like the return that I wanted. I wanted more, mainly because one, I was like I'm seeing other people being able to put the same amount of money and they're making a lot more. So it's like, what am I doing wrong? And then it was just kind of a mindset shift after that.
Gotcha. So after joining Long Wealth Capital, I guess for yourself is what was the after results joining Long Wealth Capital then here?
Like the S&P, they grow like 8 to 12% each year. I've matched that and then made about 30% over the, I guess, the last 2 3 years I've been with Long Wealth Capital. Just through a disciplined approach of a 3 to 5% compounding instead of trying to like go for those quick wins like of like just 10 20%. I've just been consistently trying to get 3 to 5%. I mean, I know I have some off times where I'm getting like 1 to 2%, but I know like each little increment it adds on to more to the bigger picture, and just like taking that step back and looking at it holistically instead of just trying to get like a really big like 10 20%. Because if I can get 3 to 5% and then it all adds up, that's a lot better use of my time than trying to wish for that 20% or trying to like look for that.
Definitely. And what are like the top three things that you learned from Long Wealth Capital?
Discipline, compound growth, and dollar cost averaging.
Perfect. And I would say, what would be like the thoughts about the Long Wealth Capital community that now that you've seen over the last 3 years build up to a huge community today?
There's been a lot of growth. I can see a lot of the values that everyone in the community has shared. You get in what you put in, and it definitely shows. I think the team has grown a lot. I know the addition of Tristan, Holly, yourself, Kevin, Daryl, just shouting out the whole team.
Yeah.
Everyone's been doing a great job of keeping everyone up to date, up to speed on all the new things, and of course it comes at a good cost, at a great cost, but it's very great value. I think the team's done a really great job of doing that, providing the value. Everyone's been very supportive and communicating like new things and like new updates and being very involved. I think that's really good and very very personal. I think a lot of like other programs, other people, they have like their own teams, they have their own things and like things that they do well and stuff. But one thing that stands out with Long Wealth Capital is like the personability of it. Everyone's very like down to earth. They come from like similar backgrounds. They know how we are. I think it was talking with you the very first time. It's like I think we're very like similar in how we grew up. And so it's like, wow, they made it. I want to be able to do the same because we all our parents came from like other generations. So they had done things differently. I want to make sure I'm doing things to help set them up for success and also future generation.
And would you recommend this program to anyone here?
Most definitely.
why would you want to recommend this program to other people?
It's a mindset shift that I've developed and learned that I would recommend them taking a look at understanding it just for themselves versus me just telling them, because it's different when you're kind of like learning from the pros in this case. So
And your final thoughts about Daryl himself here?
keep doing what you're doing. I think you've been very consistent, reminding about the three, I think, fundamentals, technicals, and one more thing, discipline. You reminded us time and time again, all your mentees and through your mentorship. It speaks volumes. That's something that I always keep in the back of my head. Like, just try to compound, try to be disciplined, try to be not emotional, and I can't reiterate that enough.